Welcome to TRS Clips, where you'll find happiness through your own curiosity. What happened after you met that tantric and that entity? Like after that phase, you definitely would have understood that, okay, now there's a higher reality.
Yeah.
I am assuming that that same tantric introduced you to your initial bits of spirituality.
Yes.
You must have been 22, 23.
No, that I guess that time how things like folded. I'll explain you. So when I met this Tantra, after finishing this, I forgot about him. Never thought about him again because that was I was busy in my work, my job, things like this. So in between, after that, fall in love with a girl and got married and become a businessman also. So what happened? I was working with a mate with a company. I'll not say the name. So there was a business relationship with this gentleman, right? Whose daughter I got married. Initially we were friends. We then fall in love and we got married. So now the another chapter begins here of a marriage, right? So I wanted to stay in my job. Never wanted to get into business. Like I was not from the business family. So this guy insisted. Why insisted? Because the industry knows, because how much I helped him to, regain the business and whatever it is. His big name also in the government industry, my father-in-law. So he told me that there is a huge unit, right? Like the factory. It was like, no, huge unit means it was okay, like 3.5 acre land. It's a factory constructed. I want to give you that and you start doing your business. I said, I don't have money to pay you, right? He said, okay, when I'll work, then all I can pay you, but I'll not want a gift, whatever. So he told, one of his, office person, his general manager, told him to take Kapil to that factory. So we went to the factory. When I saw this factory, I remember something, what happened to me a few years back. So when I was in the job, I was going, my general manager of the previous company told me to go to this area. So I was, having a bike, I was riding bike. So suddenly I stopped on the road. I saw that unit. And I thought that one day I want to buy this. I know why I'm getting pulled to that unit. There were many units, And I don't know, there was a sub-connect to that. And when I got married, my father-in-law told me to go to the same unit. He gifted me that. You take this. Not gifted means you take this. And this place where I started working, there was a problem already. So I came to know from the staff that this is the one unit which has never, shown any profit. So it has been shut down for many years. When I reached there was like such huge elephant grass, big jungle, like difficult to even to enter to the, main roads. So there I had start facing some problems. Then again, I wanted to help, because once you got into this, then you have ideas, something is there, something. To rectify that problem, again, I met this guy after so many years.
The tantric.
Yes. And I called somebody else, his name was Shambhu. So he came, he couldn't help me. He said, I have to call my master. So he said, why don't you come to my place and we'll meet. My guru is coming to meet this guy. So I went there. And I saw the same person. And I was shocked when he said, how are you, Kapil? Kapil is my old friend. So when this thing again happened, then I thought, I think there is a, some deep connect with this person. So he became my guru. Later on. So this is the way this guy became guru. So then practicing with him, then seeing how these people cheat later on, how they manipulate with the energy.
You mean your first guru cheated?
Yes, because when I get caught into this, I have written in a book, how these people manipulate you, how these See, these energies of manipulations only work on those people very easily, very, very easily, who are sensitive towards energies. People who wants to go into spiritualism, they think, oh, this is a great journey. No, the moment you get into this, you become the most vulnerable thing.
Yeah, because to adopt spirituality in your own life, you need to be open to higher realities. That usually means you have an open personality. So if you find a guru initially who you think is your guru, who teaches you techniques, things that are happening in your life, your heart opens up even more. That guru is also on his or her own spiritual journey. They might slip, they might use you, they might manipulate you.
See, this guru came into my life, and my initially when I went there, so he called me for one small ritual. It was very ritual, not for the general public. It was with very important, people or students, seekers. So he was having a small ritual there. So then there was a prayers going on. There was a Havan Kund, and that's not Havan Kund that Panditji you see. They are very different way of doing things. And there's a Dhuni also and things like that. So I saw people after finishing the prayer, people are talking in certain way, and that who came and what happened and things like this. And during that first that ritual, the thing, even I had a very strong experience. And this guy asked me in front of that, you also had an experience with goddess. And that was the first time I have an experience with the goddess. The first thing which I have see, during the Havan, I saw that the fire, and I see the goddess in the fire, right? And it was so beautiful to see her. Like, she looked at me, and I was amazed to see the beauty of it. And I was quiet. I've never, didn't want to share this experience because that was the first time I was there. So this guy, I have given him a name, Tiloknath. Okay, that is not his real.
The guru.
Yeah. So the Tiloknath came to know that I have seen this. So in front of everyone, he said, Kapil also had an experience with goddess, So what goddess was that? Now I'm realizing after time that these are initial energies, If you have the ability or the God, if you be your channels are open by birth or by any other reason, you can experience that those energies are there in spiritual. Like with the time, if you ask me with this, whatever I have learned today, I'll say there is nothing, no dark and nothing golden or white. See, whatever suits me, it becomes favorable for me.
This is a very Aghori style of thinking.
Yes.
That there's nothing that's good or bad.
Nothing.
So you've clearly had some experience with Aghoris as well.
Yes.
Was it near this phase of your Havan, or was it way later?
This happened much later in my life, right? Much later, when I met the Aghori Guru. When then I got into the other sect of practices.
So, you've been an Aghori sadhak?
Yes, I was very close to them, and I know how to do Aghori sadhanas without getting into the places. And with the time I learned, I don't have to go to Shamshan Ghat, I can create here.
Okay.
After the Havan, I realized that these tantrics are doing what? Actually, I thought these guys are very great, doing great, puja and prayers, and they are connected with the God. After 5 years, I realized I left this guy, why I left this guy is I realized they are in a lot of wrongdoings, wrong tantras, not only the physical world, like by manipulating people, but they are using their energies also to control others, like mixing things in the, in the prasad and by spirits. And they go to different places, to catch the spirits of young people, women, and do all kind of stupid things, right, with them, controlling things.
Alive women or dead women?
Dead women. So alive when dead, physically dead, and what they used to target, how they used to target, which kind of a people they used to target. So these are very, very open facts here.
The last story you told us, and I was asking you constantly in that podcast to go chronologically.
Right.
So I think we stopped at roughly about your age 30 phase where you had that experience on the
Yes.
Havan,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Where you saw a bit of a figurine.
Not figure, it's like complete goddess. If you have that eye, you can see the goddess or the deity in the fire. And it is not like a shape. So if you're thinking, oh, it's just like, it's a shape, it's you are imagining, then that is a different thing. But when you are able to see, you can see exactly what she is and how she is and who she is.
Who was it?
This is the image which whatever you see that time is the image of the goddess. She is right there in the fire. As it said, like in Hinduism, it says the fire is the mouth, from where the god and goddesses get the feeding, you feed them through them, or the all the Havan Samagri goes through that. But this is true. What this is my experience has told. This is not only bookish thing, and the fire is a very, very, very key important element, to what do you call it, to whatever you want to gift or offer, it reaches to them. If you practice also something, you will create energy which will take a form. This depends on the kind of mantras you want, you are chanting, or the kind of intention you have, and the kind of a purpose you have.
But isn't it like there is a steady set of deities that you pray to? Saraswati Ma, Durga Ma, Kali Ma. You're saying this is like another set of deities which you can
Yes.
actually create.
This was the first time, after getting initiation from the tantric, the tantric invited me for the most sacred uh, prayers, which like for that kind of a sadhana, the core group can enter into that kind of a sadhana. So I also entered in that kind of a sadhana. So even after the sadhana, all the other disciples were there, and they were like talking, like like as if the movie has over. So this guy, this deity came, or this person came, and this happened and that happened.
How long did the Havan last?
Say generally used to pray for like 2 hours or 3 hours. It's not only praying, but a lot of chantings and dancing also take place. So Havan is one of the thing. The sacred fire is burned at one's corner. Then the prayer was over. Then he says, he spoke, the Kapil also has seen something. I was shocked, how he come to know that while I was doing the Havan, and he was busy in his prayers or dancing and singing. So after the prayer, so he spoke very clearly this thing that he saw something. Then even that thing has given me the strength to believe what I saw was right. It is not what it was my imagination. So what he explained, I saw exactly that. So this gave me the confirmation on this, that what I saw is right. So problem is this: we keep imagining a lot of things, but until unless you get a confirmation by some way,
Right.
then only you can say that whatever I have seen is correct. I've seen many things, but there is no confirmation on anything, right?
Once he confirmed it, what happened?
One confirmed, he was very happy, So you have the ability to see things, and then so he pushed me further into more practices. So this is the first thing. Then the first move, in the very first prayer, he gauged like what I can do. Maybe I have certain kind of abilities. So then he manipulated me with the time. That what happened.
How did he manipulate you?
See, you think these tantric or these gurus, whatsoever we call like big ashrams and with big teams, and see, for common people like me and you and everyone, who about prayers, we have a different kind of a belief. God is very kind. God will love me. The mother goddess will take care of me. Things like this. We go to God like a child. But their approach are very different. Our approach and their approach is very different. We believe that energy is very kind. It's very supportive to everything. But in this world, uh, everything is possible. People do these goddesses, and like the Hanumanji is very kind God, But if you read a certain kind of prayers of Hanuman, so Hanumanji will go and destroy your enemy, right? If that
You're saying
person,
there's a tantric approach to praying to
no,
Hanuman.
see, there is a what do you call it? There is a prayer, no? Generally, people pray, but Bajrang Baan. It's like go and destroy my enemy, right? If somebody is enemy to me, for what reason? If whether he is doing better than me, or I am jealous, or he is jealous, the issue is jealousy. Now Hanumanji will go and give him a good bashing, right? So we think like God is very kind-hearted, only kind to me, right? So he or she should do everything for me and destroy the others, right? To make me become,
So how did he manipulate you?
At that time I was doing very well as in my business. And if you are doing well financially also, then you become an important person for them, first thing.
Because you can fuel their ashram or their
One
growth.
first thing. And second, if they manipulate me and show me, this world, so I'll be very closer to them, right? The another thing. Third thing, if you have a certain kind of abilities, which helps them to manipulate others, right? To gain more powers, to bring strength to them, not only on the financial trump or the social thing,
But also
in this,
spiritual.
yes, that is the key thing. So we think like in spirituality everything is so sweet. It's not that. It's more worse world than what we live here. And to reach to God is like takes a lot of time. It is not easy because these people, not only in the physical form but in the spiritual world, will not let you go out of this world. So there are many stories, how this happened. The last manipulation, I'll tell you more stories about it. About he wanted to attain a lot of power, means energy, through a spirit, right? This spirit, like the spirits have different kind of energies. They are weaker, stronger, as you know. So he wanted to manipulate one spirit who was a Naga itself.
A Naga.
Yes. So he was not in a physical body. So much later, in my life with him, spending after few years with him. So I ultimately reached to that level where he wanted me to bring this Naga to him. So I did that, unfortunately. And he wanted that person to win many battles in other world.
So you began kind of working with him, at least spiritually.
Yes.
You were doing your own sadhana.
No, he under his guidance.
Under his guidance, you were doing your own practices.
Right.
The thing is, when you do these practices, you gain a certain amount of spiritual power yourself.
Yes.
So he was attracted to both your money and your spiritual progress that you were making.
Yes.
And he had identified a higher being, which was a Naga.
Yes.
And then Naga could do something for him.
Yes.
But he used your spiritual advancement to help get the favor of that Naga.
Yes. Because he had already had one spirit. His name was Kalveer. Already a very, very old spirit, which he used to use that.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.